about an hour from home base. Got called in to a campground, an RV campground, to get a Ford V10 motorhome started. Apparently it ran during the summer, but now they want to drive it back home, for the winter. It doesn't start, so let's get to the campground and see if we can get this Ford fired up today. So we're right on Juniata River, close to Mount Union. You can see in the distance the mountains that were, I guess they were mined. Okay, this is the motorhome here. Alright, so we're on site looking at the Ford motorhome. Beautiful spot right on the Juniata River. So here it is. It is plugged into power, so we shouldn't have to worry about a battery charge or anything. Let's get in it, scan it for codes, and do some basic checks. Alright, so here we go in the motorhome. We have nice access to the engine. Key is on. The sound that you hear is apparently an electric pump for the brakes before the engine takes over. We only have two modules, ABS and PCM, and the PCM says P1000 onboard diagnostic systems readiness testing complete. Now, the friend that was helping the owner initially to diagnose this motorhome, he already replaced the camshaft and crankshaft position sensors, fixed the connector for the coolant temp sensor. Didn't help, so this thing is not setting any codes, but it's a crank no start. Let's take a look at the RPMs while we crank it. Alright, so here's some basic data: battery positive voltage, case ground, cylinder head temp, RPM, fuel pump, idle air control, intake air temp, and mass airflow. And the mechanic said he already checked fuel pressure. It's at 40 psi, so let's crank it. Why are we not seeing engine revolutions? We saw mass airflow. I don't like that we didn't see RPM, and battery voltage seems to be still okay. Fuel pump stayed off. So we could check for injector pulse and an ignition pulse, but if we have no RPMs, then obviously nothing's going to work. Alright, so I found the PCM. It lives under the dash, but to get to here, we needed to remove the big comfy seat. So a little extra labor. Unhooked the PCM connector, and on service info found the specification for the continuity of this crankshaft position sensor. So let's take a look at that. It says resistance between 300 and 800 ohms, so it should be about 500 ohms from the PCM connector. Right here, pins 21 and 22, dark blue and gray wires. You can see they go right to the crankshaft position sensor right there. This is a variable reluctance type, just two wires, so we want to measure the continuity right from the PCM connector all the way through the sensor and all the way back. So let's find pins 21 and 22, put an ohm meter on there. Alright, so here is the PCM connector. The computer is right here, and the pins are labeled. See, this is pin 26 in this corner, so we're close. These two wires right here, the gray and the blue, those are our guys. So it's going to be the 5th and 6th pin in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these pins, probably want to get a little thicker pin. Let me get a different probe. Alright, here we go. Here's the resistance measurement. Complete open circuit. So that makes me feel good. We're chasing the right problem. Pins are definitely making contact. If I touch the pin to pin, We should get about 0. Yep, sure do. So now we have to figure out, is the brake on the gray wire or on the blue wire? We have to go to the crankshaft sensor and put adapters or pins on that connector, run wires to here, and just use the ohm meter. Okay, so from the crankshaft position sensor connector, which lives down by the AC compressor, you have to crawl under the RV to hook it up. I have the lead stretched out, so we're going to have the yellow lead on the blue wire and the black lead on the gray wire, so positive, negative. And then here, the blue wire comes to pin 21, the gray wire comes to pin 22, also positive, negative. So I want to keep the red with the blue wire, the black with the gray wire. So let's measure continuity on the blue circuit. So from pin 21 all the way to the sensor, and look at that, 0.4 ohms. So we know the blue wire is fine. To measure the resistance of the gray wire, all we got to do is connect the black leads to the meter. That's going to check our gray wire. Okay, and look at that, open circuit. So we're missing continuity on the gray wire. Now where is this broken wire? I don't know. Can we do a bypass test with everything plugged in, put a piercing probe near the crankshaft position sensor just on the gray wire, and then put a piercing probe right here by the PCM on the gray wire, connect those two, see if this thing runs. If it does, we'll chase down the broken wire, but I want to prove that that is the only problem. Okay, just to give you an idea of what we're working with under the RV here. Here's the crankshaft position sensor. Here's the AC compressor. Here's the connector. There's 0 room. They routed the harness between the bracket for the AC compressor. So I got the tape off. I'm probing the wire right here. Why couldn't they just put it like somewhere else where it's easier to get to? I don't know. It's Ford. But we've got the piercing probe on there, got the black wire, so let's connect the 2 black wires now inside the truck and see if we have RPM, see if this thing fires up. Okay, so our meter is still connected to the 2 black wires. We have 20.3 kilo ohms because now the sensor's in the circuit, the computer's in the circuit. All we want to do is connect the 2 black leads together. The meter is no longer important. Let's turn the key on and look at our RPM. And look at the fuel pump command. I'm guessing this thing should fire right up. Alright, so there's fuel pump, there's RPM. Moment of truth. Well, what do you think, Will? Happy customer? 1 wire. There it is, runs nice and smooth. Now we have RPM, fuel pump's on, 13 volts. So how about that? No code set. Will, your guess was absolutely very close, the crankshaft position sensor, but apparently it wasn't the sensor, it was 1 wire that's broken somewhere between the PCM and the sensor. So we're going to try to find the wire. Maybe some rodents chewed it, I don't know. If we can't find it, we can always do this bypass. You know, it's not pretty, but it'll get the RV back to the owner's house so you can winterize it. So let's take a stab at it, see if we can trace this broken wire. So if we follow the main engine harness from the engine computer, goes through the floor right here, and then ends up at the engine through this bulk connector right here. And doing a close visual inspection, what do you guys see? I think we're done. Boom. 1 wire just chewed right in half. That looks like the gray wire for sure. Let's take this cover off, clean up that wire, solder it up, shrink wrap, and make sure our continuity is good. Alright, this is going to be an impossible camera shot because we've got the tray of tools down here, everything's prepped. shrink wrap on the wire. All we need is the amazing TS100 soldering iron that's already preheated, a touch of solder, and then we'll be done with this truck. Give this a shot. TS100 does not care about wind or anything at all. I would want to hold these wires together while soldering, so let me just tin the tip with quite a bit of solder and then just hold it on here for a little while. Get my little clip or pre-bend the wire so it stays there while we solder. I think that should be good. Keep holding, and tuck test, beautiful. Shrink wrap. Toast this on. Perfect. Okay. Plastic cover back on. Should be back in business. Okay, so we still have our meter hooked up. Let's make sure we soldered the right wire. So black to black, we should have 0 ohms now, if we did a good job. There it is, 0.1 ohms. So I'm going to take off the bypass and we'll make sure it runs without our little cheater wire. And fire in the hole. Perfect. That's it, we're done. Not terribly difficult, but it would be nice if Ford did a continuity check with the key on and just told you what the problem was. No codes, no RPM, so kind of follow the data. Did one resistance check, saw an open circuit, traced down which wire is broken, found the location of the broken wire, fixed that. So this RV is back in business. Owner will be very excited to get it out of the campground and back home. So thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.